And welcome to Wednesday Night Live at Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. My name is Nancy Woods. I am the assistant minister here. And Reverend Mike is still on his week of celebrating his anniversary. So I have the opportunity of leading the meditation for this evening. And it is always a privilege. So I thank you for allowing me to do this with you. And I should tell you that this is a Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. And we always welcome you to come in person if you decided to join us. Or you can join us online, but you also can join us in person. So we start the service by doing what we call the Lighting the Flames of Faith, a call to service. And as Venu, one of our practitioners here, joins me, we perform the ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unified nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So as Venu lights the first candle, it is for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous people, the way of pure primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of, sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives and for the space we hold for them here at our center and in our hearts. And as Venu lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender. I trust in God.
As we stay here together in this beautiful space on this Wednesday evening knowing there is but one power, one presence, one source, one universal consciousness flowing to, through, and as each and every one of us. Knowing that we are each one with this divinity, one with this gorgeous, glittery God stuff, one with love, peace, harmony. I know right here and right now that tonight unfolds in divine order, that we are each where we are meant to be, whether here in the sanctuary or joining us online. Knowing what a gift this time is to go within, to connect with the all that is, to settle into our breath and our body, to get still, to get quiet, and to allow the beauty of the night to unfold. I'm so grateful to be here this evening. So grateful for Reverend Nancy, who leads us in tonight's meditation, for Renzen on AV, and for each person here joining tonight. It is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is all done, knowing it is all love. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is. Welcome, everyone. So, spring is here. We're in it. We're in the middle of it. It's May 1st. I don't know where the time has gone. But I was thinking about spring a lot these last few days because I was outdoors quite a bit, and flowers are just blooming. The trees are bright green everywhere. Nature is calling. And I was thinking of what Ernest Holmes talks a lot about, the planting of seeds. Every single thing in nature once began as this little seed. And with the right conditions and the right amount of time, each one blossomed into whatever its manifest form was, whether a flower or a tree or a cactus. But they didn't just come into the world fully formed, right? They came into the world with this little seed, a little seed where you look at, if you laid all of them out on the table, I don't know. I don't know enough about gardening and seeds, but could we tell the difference between the different types of seeds before they're planted and given the right nutrients and allowed the right conditions to form? And this idea has been on my mind a lot about the seed of thought that we plant in our lives. It came about this weekend. I was at a gathering, an outdoor gathering in beautiful nature with a couple of girlfriends, and we were doing some vision board work. And if you've never done this before, this idea of taking a board and cutting out images and words and putting up so you can see that which you desire in your life. But something interesting happened. I cut out all these beautiful images and these uplifting and loving words, and I just had this huge pile of beautiful things in front of me. But I realized I was missing something. I was missing direction. I was missing intentionality. And it made me think, if I took a bunch of different seeds and just threw them all in one little patch, what would happen, right? I don't know if they'd all have room to grow properly. So I sat there and I said, I'm going to put all this aside. And I'll come back to it next week maybe, have the folder with all the cuttings in it. But I said, I'd like to give this some thought. I'd like to think about, what do I want in my life 6 months from now, a year from now? What do I want it to look like? And up until now, how mindful have I been? Oftentimes we think of things in our lives that are not necessarily desirable, and we think, I didn't put them there. Why would I put this thing there in my life that I don't desire? But the thing with seeds of thought is there's the opportunity to be mindful and think the thought, and then there's all that stuff that comes in by default when we're not really paying attention when we're not really aware. Our thoughts are limitless. There are so many in the day. It's hard for us to play security there and catch the ones we don't want to go by. So instead of trying to knock out all the unwanted thoughts, how about we just bring more of the ones we desire? More of what we want our life to look like. Ernest Holmes says, this is in Psalm page 354. The soil does not argue nor deny, but goes to work on the seed and begins to create a plant which represents the type of manifestation inherent as idea in this seed. He further goes on to explain that this is not discriminatory. There's no judgment. Whatever seed is planted will grow. He says, from a cucumber seed, we get cucumbers. And from a cabbage seed, we get cabbages. Always, the law maintains the individuality of the seed as it creates the plant. Never does it contradict the right of the seed to be what it really is. Never. So when we plant an unwanted thought in our mind, the creative medium doesn't say, oh, no, Vino doesn't really want that. Let's push that aside. It says, okay, you've planted it. It's my job to now let it grow. So again, agency. There is agency in our creation of our garden. We actually have this great power to create the lives we desire. And it's sometimes we're in the daily rut of life, and you get up in the morning and you go to work and you do the things that need to be done, and we forget. But what if we could take a few moments every day and just take a pause? And just take a pause and say, have I been planting the seeds of thought that I want to germinate into the life that I desire? Have I taken a moment to think about these things? I mean, most of us have phones nowadays with timers on them. We can set a timer, just 3 minutes, sit down. Sit down and think about, what do I want for my life today, tomorrow, and the next day? So as we go forth into our week, let's be mindful gardeners of our lives and create the life we desire. Thank you. Just a very few announcements for this week. Sunday, May 5th, this Sunday at 10:30 a.m., there's youth church. Contact Reverend Nicole for more information. The following Wednesday, May 8th at 9:30, we have a new Sangha beginning, also with Reverend Nicole. Contact her for information on this. We have a summer music camp July 8th through 12th and summer theater camp July 15th through 19th. We would love for the congregation to help spread the news if you know any little ones who would love to join. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thinking when I was walking in El Caruso this morning, we got to looking at the trees. And my friend said, green is my favorite color. But Mother Nature has so many greens, I don't know which one I like the best. And I was thinking about that when you were talking. I said, yeah, it's amazing how many, and some of the trees are the same, but they look different. They're different greens. They're alike a lot, but it's different greens, and that's nature. You're bringing about that uniqueness, and I like that. For our meditation time this evening, I'm in a class with Reverend Mike on power of decision, and it's from Dr. Barker. And I sometimes forget. He was my first teacher, actually. A lot of the things that has been brought back about how important it is about what we're studying in metaphysics, about the mind and how we are creating, and the thoughts, as you said, we are planting these seeds of thoughts. And he often would say that you could actually read the newspaper, and he said, so you know what's going on. And then at the end of it, you lay it down and say, I don't believe a word of it. And he said, so you're not out of touch with reality, but you have eliminated from impacting your mind. And that you can stay in touch with society, but you don't have it to influence the thoughts, that the seeds that you are planting for yourself. And that's why I wanted to talk about that, because the thing that has been with me this week is the idea of joy, love and joy. They are such strong components of being. And if you think about it, it is the one thing that any society you go to, any culture you go to, joy is a component of it. So it is one of the things that we often see as something outside of ourselves. So I wanted to, for us to just go into some quiet time and allow ourselves, because for us, joy is in us, it's within us. It's always there. It's always waiting for us to acknowledge it, to recognize it, and bring it forth. The outer experiences that we are often allowing to impact us are things that, some of them, that blocks that joy and blocks it. So us taking charge of our mind during our meditation is where we go inside, and we begin to learn that this place within us, this energy that's within us, is ours to command. It is ours to bring forth into expression. And so we are in charge of the seeds, as Jeannie was saying, those seeds that we are planting. And sometimes it's these quiet times, and it's all of us have joined together here, and those even online, we've joined together with the idea of just being still long enough to allow the inner awareness, the inner understanding to become our conscious thought pattern that we are bringing forth. And I don't know about y'all, but it's very challenging to do that if you're looking at the news and you're reading the paper and you're involved in a lot of the outside stuff. So taking time to go within and just be with myself and be within my own inner consciousness allows me to take a look at the seeds. I mean, the seeds. Sometimes during that quiet time, I find that the seeds that I see running across my mind are not necessarily things that I wanted to continue. And so it kind of gives me a tap on the shoulder about what I meditate on and do treatments for. So I think it's very important sometimes to just look at the thoughts that run across, because when we meditate, lots of thoughts run across. And we can turn the energy within. We have the privilege of turning it within with the intention of turning it towards the joy of our being. And we can set that intention. And an occasional thought may run across, but you can always go back to that energy of the joy within us. And And you know what? Sometimes I get these books and they don't fit me. Because what I really want us to do today is just enjoy each other's vibration of energy. And as we take our mind to that place of joy within us, and set it strongly enough, unite it with the feeling that you have, that feeling of of desiring the joy. And so the heart's desire and the mental thought of joy unite in forming that base for us to go to in that time. And it is a really always a good opportunity to do it with others, because the intensity of it is even stronger. And most of my life I've been in the medical field, and one of the things I would have to say is joy is is a very healing and uplifting energy. It really will contribute to your whole being in a uplifting way. So let's just take that opportunity to do so. Let yourself relax and just join me in as we go to this place within ourselves and allow these thoughts of joy to be what we set our intention towards. Knowing that each one of us, each person, is that infinite intelligence that created the joy of being. We are one with it. So that joy is a part of our whole beingness. So as we let go and just take a deep breath and breathe in the wonder of being here in this time, and just release the day's energy that has gone past. Just release it. And breathe in the thought that I am the joy of the universe. And breathe it in all the way down to your toes. Just allow yourself to feel the energy of joy, the thought of it, the sense of it. And as we recognize that this is a moment, this moment is a gift of being. It's the only moment that there is in existence. It's the now. And in this now, we are in command. And we are commanding our whole being to know and to experience the joy of being alive. Mm. Back into awareness. Let go. Knowing the gift of being. We have become more and more aware of it. Of being able to know and to understand. That the divine greatness of the universe is fully active in every being. So we know and understand that as it flows through us, as us, and for us. It gives us with the awareness that this moment is the most powerful moment that there is. A moment in which we are able to know that we go forth from it to experience life in many ways. And know that in this activity of living and being and expressing the divine presence of who and what we are, brings forth a joy of being that radiates out from every activity, to know that we are able to create and bring newness moment by moment, is allowing us to understand and appreciate the glory of being alive in this moment, to be able to understand that which we seek is actually a part of our being, and we can just allow it to unfold and manifest. So as we go forth from this moment with these awareness and these nuggets of being in our conscious mind, we realize that what we are seeing and experiencing in each person that we meet is a expanded expression of the wonder of the universe. So we are able to see each one's greatness for who and what they are. We are living in living from an energy of that is the joy of being alive. The joy of knowing that we are able to create newness in our experience, to bring a sense of appreciation and a sense of being able to embrace our experience and our expression, to know that each and everything that comes through us is for us. And so we grasp the gift that comes from it. This whole experience of being in this time and in this place is revealing to us that our heart's desires are our gifts of a new thing beginning to be created. And so we open ourselves up to allow the law of the universe to pour its energy through that desire and let it manifest. And as we know this, we enjoying and appreciating, sharing it with all those around us. And as we see the wholeness of being in this consciousness of joy. We see that it is bringing to us, through us, and for us those opportunities to manifest these wondrous desires that enrich not only ourselves, but everybody around us. We're grateful for this beginning. We're grateful to know and to understand that we are created beings. Just as the uniqueness of the divine comes forth in every tree, the uniqueness of the divine comes forth in each one of us. And we willingly allow it to flow as our conscious and our thought process, clearly knowing that the outcome is the divine perfection of being revealing itself in new and expanded ways. So as we go forth from this experience, knowing that the blessings that we are allowing to pour through us are the blessings that not only gift us in this time, in this place, but it gives all those that are able to open themselves up to it. So we know the oneness of the universe, so it comes from us, through us, and as us. So we allow this unfoldment to be the beautiful gift, the joyous opportunity, the wondrous unfoldment as we are willing subjects of the divine. Oneness of consciousness has blessed us all. And we joyfully accept it, but it's already so. Unite in accepting it together, as we say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. And Sunday services at 9 and at 10:30, and Reverend Mike will be back then for those services. So y'all welcome to join us then. And you're welcome to join us online. And thanks each and every person online for coming, for joining us in this energy. And can I wrap it up? Peace, blessings, and all that.